Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I want to talk to y'all about a few things that might come off kind of creepy or science fictiony or all out scary. So, as I pick the dead skin off my lip, I want to talk to you guys about supernatural stuff, dreams, Native American legends, legends in general, um, freaking secret societies. So let's start with secret societies. Do they exist? And if so, what is their agenda? Would their agenda be to help lives or hurt lives? Because before I ever join a secret society, I would have to know what their agenda is. If they're all about hurting people, it's not for me. If they're all about helping people by doing everything right and perfect without killing people and without taking lives, then I'm all down for it. Moving on. Let's talk about legends and myths. The reason why I brought secret societies up first was because they are legends and myths as well. However, I'm not a druid, and I'm not in any secret society that I know of. But if the offer is correct and if the offer is morally right, then I would definitely consider it. Now, let's get on with other myths and legends, because I am a seeker of truth. All right, and I strongly know and believe for a fact that every myth and legend has some truth to it. As a child, this is the part where you all laugh. You gotta take me serious on this, but it's damn serious to me because I lived it. As a child, I was plagued by the Witch Rider. I have done a fuck ton of research, but most people are chalking that up to sleep paralysis or blood paralysis. And for all you who are not doctors, because you're not, I can tell you two things about paralysis. Two things. One, I know some people that suffer from lower extremity paralysis. In other words, they're paraplegic. Their blood still flows through those extremities, they just aren't usable due to either nerve damage or some other physical debilitation that can't be fixed with modern medicine. Alright? Now, the other way is they were born and somebody fucked them up. But for the most part, your heart pumps at yay so many minutes a second. Let's Google that, shall we? How long does it take for blood to flow through your body?
About 45 seconds. According to Old Farmer's Almanac. Question: how long does it take blood to circulate through the body? Answer: on average, it takes about 45 seconds for blood to circulate from the heart all around the body and back to the heart again.
In 45 seconds. That's quicker than a hiccup. Well, it's not as quick as a hiccup, but it's pretty close. Check this out, because Google has a fuck ton of answers. What happens if the blood stops flowing through your body?
According to Medical News Today, if something stops or disrupts blood flow to an area of the body, it is known as ischemia. When this happens to the brain, it can damage brain cells and result in health problems.
Okay. What is blood paralysis? Now, this thing got some words that I can't pronounce. So I'm going to spell it out for y'all. Hypokalemic. Paralytic paralysis. Hypo-PP is a disorder that causes an occasional episode of muscle weakness and sometimes lower than normal levels of potassium, which is potassium, in the blood. Hypo-PP is the most common form of periodic paralysis. It affects males more often. Okay, let's see what this bitch says about the Witch Rider. What is the legendary Witch Rider? 4 legendary Witch Riders. It goes to Wikipedia. Oh, great. This goes to a Korean television show. So, it says, in 2014, the South Korean television series starring Han Ji-hae, Ha Suk-jin, Gu Do-sim, Oh Hai-kong, I'm saying all their names wrong, and Ha Yoon-soo. It aired on MBC, not NBC, MBC, October 25th, 2014 to March 8th, 2015. Saturdays and Sundays, it ran for like a half hour, reaching its peak overall viewingship 3.1.4, the 29th episode. Now, this was not at all what I was looking for, but let's read the plot. The eldest son of the Chaebol family, I'm sorry, I'm not Korean, Chaebol family, who owns a bakery, Corporation Shinhwa. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. SHINHAW Group. But when the Dihon dies, good God, unexpectedly, the Ma family seeks to make Sue take the final fall of illegal business practices, and she ends up in jail. It's shock manipulation. This actually seems like a show I might want to watch. Let me write that shit down. Hey, you learn something new every day, people. No. 4 Legendary Witches is what this is called, but that's not what I asked for, but okay. We'll check that out on YouTube. Because I used to watch all my Asian dramas on AZN, but sadly they went belly up, which really fucking sucks. They had some great shows. All hail the great Lydia Lum, who passed away not too long ago. And a sneeze may won't come out. Okay. I can't pronounce none of their names, because my Korean totally sucks, but that's the cast list. And we're going to get rid of that. As soon as I figure out how to get rid of that. Scroll up, goddammit. Okay. Award and nominations. Okay, the actresses get that. References. This is beyond what I was looking for, because I'm looking for a spiritual witch rider. What is the witch rider? God damn it. It went to another TV show with songs. See, this is how you know somebody at Google ain't keeping up with supernatural shit. Let's try another way. What is the supernatural witch rider?
Here are some pictures that match.
This went literally to Supernatural TV show, which is sadly coming to an end, which is sadly pissing me off because that was like my favorite TV show. Ooh, we have a night hag. I have no idea what the hell that is. Let's check out the night hag. This might be closer to what the hell has been plaguing me for years. Yep, sleep paralysis. Yeah, okay, here we go. Night hag or old hag, the name given to a supernatural creature used to explain the phenomenon of sleep paralysis. The phenomenon during a person feels penance of supernatural malevolation, being that immobilizes the person as they are sitting on his or her chest or the foot of the bed. The word nightmare was used to describe the phenomenon before the word acquired in the modern and general meaning. Various creatures have various names of this phenomenon of supernatural creature. Let's check out sleep paralysis. So, the original definition of sleep paralysis is confined by Samuel Johnson. He is a direct dictionary of the English language as nightmare term that evolves into our modern dictionaries such as sleep paralysis. It is widely considered the work of demons, and more specifically, incubi, INCUBI, which were thought to sit on the chest of sleepers. Old English name of these being was mirror. photographic genetic some shit I can't pronounce. Um, hence comes the mare, part of nightmare. Words might. I have no idea how to say this. I'm gonna spell it out for y'all. Etymologically. And then the next word, which I also can't pronounce, I guess it's cognate. Cognate. Greek moron. And the Odyssey. And something mirror. Sanskrit mirror. And then we have folklore. I know what you guys are thinking. Why did I bring this up? This goes back to my myth and legend shit. Folklore has it in Scandinavian, sleep paralysis caused by mare, supernatural creature of the incubus or the succubus. We all have seen things on those. And mare is a damned woman who is cured in the body is carrying a mysterious during the sleep without noticing. In the state, she visits villagers and sets on the rib cage while they are sleeping, causing them to experience nightmares. And the Swedish Marina examines the folklore surrounded by sleep paralysis. Folk belief in northern Newfoundland, South Carolina, and Georgia describe the negative figure hag, which is kind of funny because I've never seen what she looks like, but I've been attacked by her plenty of times. But she stopped coming after me because I'm trying to prove that she exists. And I'm going to do that before I die. Or I'm going to do that just as I'm dying. Anyway, the victims usually are feeling the terror and have difficulty breathing because of the heavy invisible weight, or his or her cat's chest is unable to move. The experience of sleep paralysis, the nightmare experience described as being hag-ridden with the Gullah lore. The old hag is a nightmare spirit, British, and also, I have no idea how to say this, but I'm going to say it as best I can. Anglophone? North American folklore. Anglophone. Anglophone? I fucking have no idea. In Fiji, the experience, so this thing isn't just something that happens to me. In Nigeria, it's ISP. In Turkey, it's still sleep paralysis, but they call it a jinn. In something about Muslim and Allah. In Thailand, sleep paralysis of folklore is called the ghost. And it goes on and on. Eastern Chinese folklore, thought that the mouse could be breathing, bear fly, whatever. And in Chinese culture, sleep paralysis is pinyin. Pinyin is a type of language, so that's not correct, but it's also a ghost. In Japanese culture, sleep paralysis is referred to as Kanashibari. Literally bound or fastened in a metal from cane. And Shiburu, bind and tie. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get away from that. Phenom is both academy paper and pop psychic literature. In Korean culture, it is called Gawinum. Alright? And literally being pressed down by something scary in a dream. Except for the one thing they haven't mentioned, that your ass is wide awake while this shit is happening. Mongolian culture, the nightmare is generally referred to as verb, phrase, my God, Khardarakh, written Kara Darahu. Yeah, we're just going to let that go. But it means to be pressed by the black, or when the darkness presses. Alright. So, in Tibetan culture, sleep paralysis is known as Dipnon. Dipnon. And it has another word that says Kham and then Ladakh. Dipnom and Dip. Alright, Southeast Asia, Cambodia, Laos, and Thai culture called sleep paralysis. Philam, I'm pretty sure I didn't say that right. Phii with two things over top of it, NAM. The Laos pronunciation is called KHMOUTSUKKHOT. In the home culture, I don't know how I said this right, but it's spelled HMONG, so it's like Hmong, I guess. And it is understood to be called the notorious press spirit, DABTSOG. In Vietnamese culture, it is called Made, MADE, meaning ghost. In the Philippines, it is traditionally called nightmares, but it's got BANGUNGOT. In Malay, the Valencia sleep paralysis is called Tinha. I didn't say that shit right. KENA, then TINDIH. In Southeast Asia, this thing seems to go on and on and on. So I'm not the only one that has experienced this thing. Damn, this thing goes all the way to Africa. In Egyptians, the queen ghost tried to call it a guardian. In Zimbabwe, the Shan culture, the word mad zikakira. You know what? MADZIKIRIRA. That would be from Zimbabwe. Ethiopian, the word is Dukaka. DUKAK. And there's another one that says KHAT. In Swahili, it is called JINAMIZI. That explains why they call it a jinn. In Europe, it is called Unihalvalaris. I didn't say that right. Let's get this 1,000% correct here. I'm not going to say any of this stuff right. It's spelled though UNIHALVAUS. In Hungarian, it is called. My God, don't even try to pronounce that. That's what it's called. No, it's LIDERCNYOMAS, which goes back to my God, don't even try to pronounce that. In Iceland, folklore spreading of paralyzed is generally called Mara, MARA, a goblin or a succubus. Well, why would this thing attack children? Because it's been attacking me since I was 7 until I was 15. In Malta, the culture is called, don't even try to pronounce this, so I'm just going to spell it out for you. HADDIELA. It translates to, who is married to Horus, the eternal Maltese folk culture that haunts the individual in ways similar to a poltergeist. In Greek and Cerberus culture, sleep paralysis is a ghost-like creature, a demon named Mora. There's more than one. Mora is the only one I can pronounce, so I'll spell the other two for you. VRAHNAS or VARYPNAS. Good God. Again, this thing goes on and on. In America, the Salem witch trials. In Mexico, it has another thing that I can clearly see other than ghosts. And it's back up to Newfoundland where it's old hag. And in Brazil, the legend is a mythological creature called Pisadera. She who steps. So in all of this forms, that it is a woman. Well, that's good to know. Know thy enemy and know thyself, and thou shalt never know defeated. Well, I've just learned some things about this thing. But I've never seen it. I've only felt it. And I've been trying to catch it ever since. But I can tell you right now, paralysis of any kind is a restriction of blood. And if your blood stops flowing, blood paralysis is not real. Because if your blood stops flowing to your heart for at any point in time, at any second, it's highly possible that your ass is going to die. No. But, I also believe in Sasquatch. I also believe in Coyote the Trickster. I also believe in the Deer Woman and the Thunderbird. And the one from Alaska where the Eskimos have the polar bear guardian that protects the glaciers or whatever. She's been failing lately. But, when you're watching this, I just want you guys to know you have to keep an open mind because all myth and legends have some truth to it. All of them. You don't have to take my word for it, but experience is experience, and everyone has had a supernatural experience. So, secret societies can't really check that off. Supernatural experiences, myths and legends, I can really check those off only because I have not met a Bigfoot. I have not met Coyote the Trickster, but I do believe in them. However, I have had really bad experiences with the Witch Rider. So it's pretty close that if that thing can attack me from the age of 7 to the age 15, that Bigfoot, aliens, Thunderbirds, and shit like that have to exist. I will make videos about those myths and legends because, again, as talking about anything Native American, you must know the one true hardcore fact. Every tribal story is different, no matter what the story. Every tribal story is different. Alright? So this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Peace and you. Thanks for watching.